Wow. Whew. Right, people, been a long time, man. So we've got some supposedly answers back from Pam Smith, the Chief Executive Councillor. This is the Council's Chief Executive, Pam Smith, new to the job. Obviously looking like she's terrible, man. Terrible. I'll just read through this. Now she is now sitting down there as a Labour person with the rest of the cronies now. They're just repeating garbage to her. Now she's been misled by this because of the what she's put, yeah, so here we go, look. Pam Smith's put this back to her. This is the garbage they've come back with, right? Dear Mrs. Oliver, right? So the first one of the questions was, thank you for your email, 4th of April, Laurie Doe. I have read your letter and have spoken to colleagues regarding your concerns. I am aware that some of these issues you raise have previously been addressed by the council. I therefore do not intend to repeat them responses now again. Really? So she's been told that them what response have put to her, not told the facts, of course, if she has, she's denying them. So she's part of the problem as well. Right, here we go. 1. Transparency and predetermination. As we know, the predetermined that and took it. Here's our answer to this one. For the reasons explained in previous correspondence, carrying out highway works and works to the car park before planning application for the development site was submitted does not mean the planning application was predetermined. The planning application has been dealt with in accordance with the planning procedures and determined by the planning committee on proper planning grounds. All necessary consultation in relation to the application have been carried out at appropriate time and planning process. Load of garbage. It's utter shite people are putting back here. Utter garbage. Anything but transparency. We can prove that, and we've told them so. She's just jumped on the scene and backing her crony mates. Obviously, this place, man, Newcastle, I fear for Newcastle with these clowns in here, and this other one that's just coming up here. I'll come to him in a minute. Land Release Fund. So what they've done, look, they borrowed the money for the car park, went ahead, didn't tell anybody, withheld information from her, and they must do this regularly because she's admitting that, and they say they've never had to pay one back. So you know they're going ahead and they're trying to say it hasn't been predetermined. Get lost, you total idiots, man. Total idiots. I have been advised that we do not have any examples of sites where such funding has been used and has not been returned. So they've done it loads, and this is how they do it. Well, they're never going to pay 240 borrowed money back when they've used it and put it in. Of course they want people, man. Contempt and disdain, this is what they deal with. Contempt and disdain. They're not democratic because over 3,000 people and more now don't want this, and they've took no notice. You better behave when he's just coming in here, she's going to start. He's sent by that Forbesy, that backward kipper, man. Total liar, you dirty liar, man, Forbes. You're not fit, man. You get them out, you clowns. Get these clowns out, man. Shut up, Winnie. Right. I have been advised that we do not have examples of the site where such funding has been used and has not been and had to be returned. This does not alter the position that the works at the West Denton were done at a risk, and there was no guarantee that planning permission for any development at Jayton site would be forthcoming. Kiss my arse, talking utter shite. Of course we're always going to go ahead with it. This is a garbage they're putting to them, man, people. Contamination, right? Because that field's contaminated. They said there's significant levels of carcinogens. Shouldn't even be touched, man. And they're coming up with just garbage. Sure, the contamination, this is crap. Matters relating to contamination were fully considered during the assessment of the application and was confirmed by planning officer at the plan committee. One of the planners at the plan committee, and this was a Labour guy, never seen open and transparency like this in his life on a job. And they corruptly passed that down there. We've went through this in the previous ones, and they're coming back with this. Look, that's shite. So she's had the legal team looking at this, yeah? And this is a crap they've come up with because they can't come up with good answers, man. They're dirty to the core, people, dirty to the core. The application was accompanied by a number of reports dealing with the ground conditions by Dunelm, fucking technical environment, including land. Land contamination reports, D whatever's in all this pony. They're just quoting paragraphs, whatever. Open space assessment, Thornley Road. So this is the crux of part of it as well, people, yeah, which is important. And this is how they're trying to get themselves out of it and away from it. Like, this is what I believe. See what yous make of this, like. So the open space assessment of Thornley Road, an inspector come up to pass Thornley Road development, looked at open, so she was presented with open space assessment, presented in some notes. So the council presented the notes. Now this is what they're saying to get out of it. I understand, so she's got, I understand. Really? I don't think you understand enough, you total idiot. You understand what's gone wrong with them, but you're going to sit with them and you've just come in this area and you're going to knock this area up now. I don't know what previous job you were in, but I believe you weren't there that long. I haven't even looked into it. So you were probably a clown in that job and all, you know. Hey, we've had enough of you idiots, man. Wait till we get to use properly in these meetings out there in the public and all that. Like, I'm telling you, I'm going to make sure people know exactly what yous are. You dirtbags. Right. I understand open space assessment for Thornley Road was prepared by the planning consultancy Litchfields on behalf of Keep Moat and was submitted to support the planning application. So them on now, these clowns, these other clowns, have got hands on the open space and they're doing their own open space assessment. That one over by the, just over here by the fire station opposite, you can't get on that in accounting. That is open space, man. Wake up, people, man. Wake up to this, man. It is not a council document and does not establish policy or restrictions of the development of the open space land. Well, that's funny when you were trying to send with the High Courts and not tell them we've got to see them because we're questioning what's done. So the inspector, Joanna Gilbert, she's been sent up, you've heard this before, anybody that's followed, by the Secretary of State. She was presented notes, and that would have been a council giver notes, not Keep Moat. They're their notes are trying to say, but them have presented them to her. So she's seen in them, these will remain accessible when they were listed in the notes, and they take no notice of that. Wow, man. Wow, shut up, Winnie. So they take no notice of that, and this is a garbage. They're just coming back with, So they were presented inspector by yous. Them have looked at it. She said will remain accessible. Ours being listed in that a month later, the property services. And this is how they're going to try and get to run the inspector crack. They're trying to see it says and now to deal with them. So they're not even in charge of open space now, are they? That's what it's got there. What idiots there. Grass cutting there. Well, isn't this interesting there? I am advised that the reasons being behind the reduced frequency of grass cutting have been previously explained to you. I trust this council's position. I trust this explains the council position. Yours sincerely, Clownhead Pam Smith, Chief Executive Council, not fit for your wards, people. None of them are fit for your wards, so that's their excuse. Never cut the grass. They're lending money out willy-nilly, spending millions doing there, lend builders money, and we're paying for something that we're not even getting the service. And you know why they didn't cut it? They didn't cut it because they were going to build on it, and that would mean it was used then, and that's how they kept off. 10 football teams, that's 100 and odd youth teams wanted to be on here, and we had them in the summer, and the Chronicle played the part in masking this over and drip feeding stuff out and sitting with the council. Absolutely disgusting. And there's a lot more to this than I'm saying, man, if I got into it. Right, that's that crap. That's the answers I come back with. I'm just going to do a couple of short bits and then I'm coming back to the MP, and wow, you, Catherine McKinnell, really disappoint me. You are a disgusting person in my book, in my honest opinion, and I'm coming to you next and I'm going to go through it. So yeah, how long falls to you? So the home they're going to build in here, you've heard the crap. One of them kids, and I'm not slagging all kids off, man, I've got kids, I talk to kids, I deal with kids who's here now, that crack. So I'm not slagging every kid off, I'm just telling you it's facts. Facts, so take notice of the facts, right? The home, the misled were with the home originally. So when we were talking to them clowny Labour ones over there, what they said was, we found a letter, it's in there, Angela's pile, man. They were getting instructed by officers to call it something else because they didn't want to oppose it. And you apparently, I hear, you can't oppose homes, children's homes. What kind of people who care? They're supposed to care, or they would put kids, vulnerable kids, to say they are. One's not as vulnerable, he made us fucking vulnerable and that. They apologise for swearing, yeah, I'm livid. What they're doing is, right, let's get this right, yeah. So would you put vulnerable kids, move them from where there's a field next to them, into the car park, a car park with loads of cars, you can't move for cars, in an entrance to the site, entrance to the school, next to the main road, 2 pubs, one in that association over there and one in here. What do them do? Step out of that house where they're supposed to be going to build here and do what? Look at them going, oh well, where are we going to play our day out there? You disgraceful people, man, disgraceful people. So as you know, he brought 15 to 20 police to me door twice, man, to intimidate with that. Knee out from the coppers or now, of course. And them are another part of the problem as well, because they sit with them. They all sit together. I've shown this before. All the paperwork you get out there with the photographs on of the total clowns all smiling together and backing each other up, close ranks. Don't get 2 tots against you, man. Don't give 2 flying Fs, man. And they're starting to get and get the photos taken. That's these coppers I'm talking about here. Them clowns over there. Catherine McKinnell, you disgust me. You're a member of Parliament, people. Remember, when we come to her, she's supposedly a member of Parliament. You think she would take corruption seriously, don't you? Well, she doesn't, of course, because she's Labour and she's sitting with them dummies down there doing the same thing. I had enough of these, man. And Catherine, you said you were trying to threaten with basically, and I'm telling you this because I'm going to come up with it next, and I'm going to quote her words in the next video, and we'll get to the bottom of it. But she basically to me was veil threatening we're saying you can't see anything in this meeting and that, and what I was supposed to tell you other people, and then you don't let any documents out, or so you're going to be in trouble. Let's leave the law people and all this crack coming up with this. You're not supposed to see anything, eh? Really, Catherine, really? You're disgusting. That's why I'm telling you she's a disgusting person. There was lots explained to her. Right now home, so he brings them out, guns there, not happening there. Police, right. Right, the police, you've heard a bit about this. Them have had time, and I can prove this. I've got many, many documents from them. I've applied from them under the freedom of information and stuff. And I've got recordings, of course. And there's been whispering in the background in each other's ears. Lies on emails put to us an hour later, strange callings at times, at 8:30 on a Sunday night and that from people I don't even know, Sergeant Ambry talking utter shite, trying to say a log hadn't been taken, and I knew it had. I had the log of it, you know, when I tried to lie to us and all that, man. This is where they went with it. Now I'm telling you now, these are corrupt, the police here. Get out of there. Get out. So what they're doing is, they're sitting with them, they never give any protection to me wife and me kids. I'm not bothered about myself that way, but me wife and me kids should have protection. So I can guarantee you, them are sitting with them. Now them have had time to investigate me. They were on the laptop, I brought this up before. They were definitely on my laptop, no 2 ways about that, people. And right, police, doing with that one. They never bothered coming, la-di-da and all that, yous now guns. And what they've done is, they were doing supposedly surveys twice on us, man. I was still having bother trying to get information out of them when she come in on it, so they were fishing us out, trying to find out what happens. Now, two of the questions I asked were relevant to do with a survey of providing a better service. One of them was me having a slight disability. Now, I asked her, you got a slight disability. They were looking into me, people, to try and get something on us. So they've got 10 of them coppers to sit up there looking at innocent people who are trying to tell the truth and do the right thing. No wonder this place doesn't get any better around here in your areas through the coppers up here. They stink to high heaven, the ones I'm talking about. There will be the odd ones, but they're all dirty to me till I come across a real one, man. And these 5 up here, especially 3 of them that's supposedly community support officers, people, man. They're not your community support officer. They don't give 2 flying Fs. They've shown that. Come across them in some meeting sometime. I'm going to have it out in front of them clowns as well. And keep out of my way till I come to use, you idiots. Because any yous approach me, yous coppers, I'm going straight to your fool of a commissioner, another Labour councillor, who's a total idiot, talks crap as well, coming out with it. I can see it's gone downhill there as well. And I'm telling you there, your arse is in front of them, you clowns, man, because I'm going to show what yous are about, you dirty bags. You dirty bags. I was going to say shit bags. I have in up yours coppers. Sorry about that, people, sorry. Right. Contempt and disdain, that's all the thing. They're not democratic over the people's thingy. Right, I'm going to say this. Common law. Right, I'm going to get my head around common law, people, and I knew it. When you get into common law, it's kind of involved, but there's ways around certain taxes and stuff, because statutes and acts, them are by consent, you see. And if you're doing consent, they have problems stitching it on you. Now what I'm saying is, I'm not going to pay for police who don't give two Fs and try and investigate you as an innocent party and do nothing about the rest there, because I sit with them clowns. Not going to pay for you clowns when I come to it, like, you can go and get stuffed. Right, some of the council tax, I'm going to look into that and how to pay it and not pay certain council taxes. They're not democratic, people. They don't give two shiny shites about your youth in the area and all that. And this is how they're just going to go ahead and steam ahead. They don't listen to you. They just rub you off. And what they're trying to say now, this is where they pushed it down, people. They pushed it down an alley where you're supposed to know we're supposed to pay for legal people and all that, which now you can't. And this is a justice you can't get because of that. Catherine McKinnell, she sent us some wrong information through that crony Dan Greenhoff, who's been voted in here. Wow, can you believe that? This is how corrupt it is. And if I forget, up Throckley, my mate, voted for independence. Now when he went to vote, all the paperwork said it's got pencils. Do you mark official documents in log stuff on pencils? Well, of course you don't. It should never be done in pencil. I believe there's fiddles coming around here. They've done it before doing the country to Labour. And I don't know what's going on here, but it doesn't look good. Nobody would sign an official document from me in a pencil. Oh, hey, so something's gone fishy because that clown's getting in here. Wouldn't inform the residents. We asked him twice. He wouldn't inform the residents, people, would he? What does that make him? Not a good person. No, he's getting in here. Where I come across you at meetings, Dan Greenhoff and all that, you've got questions to answer, and if I find you getting photo opportunities with them other dummies, I'm coming out in public and I'll catch you in public somewhere. I'll catch up with you soon, man. And